Let's start recording. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to the inaugural four-man rush post-game show. Brought to you by We're Tired of Losing. We're tired of losing, Panther Nation. Yeah, that's right. So it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Thank you so much for dropping in. Unfortunately, we're going to have to talk about another loss. But that, it is what it is. But I guarantee you will have a far more detailed understanding of what the heck happened on that field today. We're going to look over the box score, because that's all we got. And of course, what we've seen, the highlights, the game itself. It's a lot to talk about. So let's talk about it. Kev, man, just tell us your thoughts, man. Just basic, and then we'll just, of course, we'll bounce off each other, man. Go ahead, fill us in.
Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, the worst thing to do when you're a road team is to have turnovers. That will absolutely kill any of your chances of winning. One is expected. Two, you're playing with fire. Three, you screwed, and four, you're fucked. Let's just call it what it is. And that's what we ended up with today with 4. 3 before the half, 1 in the second half. Almost did enough to overcome it, but this ain't horseshoes, and almost doesn't count. So overall, man, it was just too little, too late. If we would have had that second half effort in the first half, I think we'd be sitting at 1-1 right now. In spite of more, mistakes, blown assignments, this team is one that even when it messes up, it can find a way to stay competitive, which I can find somewhat of a silver lining at this point, because I know that when it does get together, it's not a matter of if, but when, then I know that better days are ahead. But right now, no one picked us to win today anyway. So with the results, I can't be too disappointed. I gave us a puncher's chance when we made it 21-14 and got the ball back, but the ball didn't bounce the way it should have. Don't have access to the box score right now, but what I can say is that, again, at times in the trenches, offensive line looked good, and at crucial moments, offensive line looked bad. Still got an APB out for our defensive line, particularly against, on passing downs, but with Leonard Fournette getting over $1 today, now I'm looking at, okay. What I noticed that on his big runs was something I saw consistently. What they're doing now is they're double teaming both of our tackles, and they're not even paying our defensive ends any mind. They're double teaming both our defensive tackles. That was the blocking scheme that I saw today that was just highly effective. Basically, you got 600 pounds on 300 pounds on either side, and that's these gaps. And our linebackers, they're not making a play when these defensive tackles are getting double teamed, and it's just killing us, bro. Shaq Thompson, this your 6th year. Where you at? You got paid to be the man. Look, I get it. Second game, I get it but I'm 2 games down from having any more lapses of why you ain't showed up and showed the fuck out. That's pretty much how I feel. Tahir Whitehead, you had moments, but again, on that big touchdown run, you just look as lost as I can't even think of a proper analogy, man. You just look lost. It was just rough, man. So overall, gritty. Got my hopes up for about a quarter and a half, and then, man, it just went away, bro. But it is what it is at this point. We're 0-2. You are what your records say you are.
You got that right.
So that's all I got to say for my opening remarks.
Jadarius, go ahead and hop on in there, man.
Man, it kind of reminds me of the last game we played, honestly. Team fights back, gets some crucial stops, gets a crucial touchdown. Man, it's signs of a team, a young team, still searching for an identity. And the reality is a lot of the times when teams bring in new coaches and new staffs and not only that, but guts all the former superstars and leaders on the team, a lot of times those teams just flat out lay down. So I'll say this before we get into the negative too far. I'm extremely pleased to see these guys at least battle back, but it's still a loss. So of course I'm not going to use that as no type of moral victory or excuse. But last game we led the both teams in yards. This game, same story. Only yardage category we didn't lead in was rushing. So, I mean, you got two receivers over 100 yards. So, yeah. I mean, most of the time that equates to a win. Some more points on the board. But I think we scored, 2 touchdowns this whole game?
Yeah, both by Christian.
I mean, look, I think if you look back over Teddy's kind of track record and you look at other quarterbacks around the league that are kind of similar to him or play a similar style, a lot of them are consistent in getting yards, but capping off drives with touchdowns is not something that they are really great at. Like, say, the Cam Newtons of the world. He'll drive you down. You're getting at least 3.
Yeah.
But, man, like the Tyrod Taylors of the world, they'll eat up the little dink and dunk yards, do what they can to get you down into scoring position. And from there, your best player, your best skill position player, it's up to them to make a play. Okay. Or it's up to them to get open. So hopefully that doesn't turn into a long-standing issue with Teddy. A lot of people champion him to be a guy that makes the right decisions, but this game he's responsible for 3 turnovers. I mean,
yeah, man.
Every quarterback has terrible games like this. I'm sure if you pull up the GOAT's track record, Tom Brady, he had some 4 turnover games, I'm sure. So it's just a matter of how you bounce back. So I hate to say on to the next, but that's kind of where we're at this point. Get a win and hopefully break out of this spell we have with the close games being lost.
I agree, man. It's this was a very interesting game, and I'm like Kevin, man. I had high hopes. I did. I had high hopes, and quite frankly, it just didn't go the way I thought it would. Yeah, I really thought we were going to battle back. I mean, that first drive, I was like, okay, Christian was doing his thing, being precise. You look at Teddy's throwing stats, man. I mean, was it 33 or 42? That's pretty good. You exit the turnovers out of that. But them penalties, man. Oh my God. The discipline. What? And one of the commentators, because I like to listen to the radio. The guys down in Tampa for the Panthers. I like to listen to radio, and I mute the television. And they said something now that kind of stuck to me. I was like, well, shit, you might be right about that. They said that the defense, since they don't have Kuechly, they don't have TD, they don't have Peppers. I mean, they don't have that veteran leadership. They didn't know how to bounce back after those 2 turnovers by Teddy. It just really hurt them. And you put that with the fact that Tampa Bay kept marching down the field and we kept doing dumb shit on defense and giving them short field for Tom Brady. Come on, bro. That's what hike the balls, 1 snap, 1 pass, touchdown. I mean that just deflate. You saw how DJ acted to that. Yeah, everybody's just like, oh, and it speaks volumes in the second half how they came out like that, even though we turned the ball over immediately in the third quarter. I think we turned the ball over just like that. But I mean, it says a lot that they actually held, they held Tampa Bay to no points, and we got 10 out of that, and we were trying to get the momentum back, especially on D-Jack's interception. It looked like we were trying, the energy was starting to churn a little bit, but that veteran leadership is what keeps that energy high. You know, them young kids, man, they go, oh yeah. You know, it's yeah. Really unfortunate. So I guess we'll talk about offense, and then we'll talk about defense, and we'll wrap this up and drop some more knowledge on the podcast. That because we'll have the film and all the other stuff in front of us, and we can really dive into. So offensively, and Kevin, you can touch on this, man. Could you please tell the fans about the offensive line's play and what you thought of it?
Well, as far as the offensive line play, again, it's inconsistent. I saw moments where we were coming out on run plays with low pads, getting leverage, getting push. I saw a couple of pancake blocks. I'm seeing signs like, okay, the line slowly starting to gel. Then I looked, and then there was some plays where it's like, all right, the lack of talent is clearly showing up. I see the effort, but it's not leading to execution.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing with inconsistent. So it's not. I didn't see really too much just from, again, I know the film will show it closely, but just from a fan point of view, I didn't see where the effort wasn't there. Like the technique and the effort was there, but just not the execution. A lot of times you're just going, I mean, we're talking about a defensive front that had Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Vernon Golston, Shaquille Barrett, bruh.
Pierre.
You can make a case that's a Pro Bowl defensive line on the front right there. I can put up a good case for that. So, when you're talking about what we put out on the offensive line, I mean, God bless his little heart. It feel like the little the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think it's like I saw the effort, but I see the legs moving. I see the hands, but you know how when a Mitch try to swing on you, just hold them at arm's length and they just swing and that's what it felt like on the offensive line. Damn it, they swinging hard, but they just ain't getting nothing. That's what it felt like today. I'm just gonna be real, but I mean the trenches are enough to know that when we're clicking, we can get the job done. So I think that from a technique point of view and a scheme point of view, we got that in place. It's just a matter of working through it, and eventually we're gonna have to get some blue chip talent on that line, as Larry loved to say. Is there really anybody on the line outside of maybe Moton that we can say is a long-term answer on the offensive line right now? We can't say that. This is a patchwork job. I mean, 2-3 years ago, hey, Paradis was the number 2 center in the league. Haven't seen that since he got that broken leg. We got Journeyman at the guard position and Schofield, who's only in because Daly's out with a high ankle sprain, and John Miller. I mean, hey, I saw him get a couple of nasty pancake blocks. I also saw him get blowed the hell up too. So, a couple plays, Sue had him on skates, bro. Like when them pads ain't low, that chest is exposed. You at the mercy of the defender. Trust me, I know. I've done it and I've been done in. And Okon played overall solid game, but on one of them sacks he gave up, bro, it was just I had a Brian Bell flashback. I mean, it was just dude just went around like it was nothing. So, that's it from the offensive line. Defensive line,
Hold on, Kevin. Let's get through the offense first.
I could go from the defensive line. Yeah.
Let's get through the offense first. Let's see what Jadarius has to say about the offense, and then we'll talk. We're going to talk about that defense. We're going to talk about Hey, Jadarius, what was your thoughts on the offense, man? I guess you could talk more about the quarterback position here or whatnot.
Man. So if you look at the stat sheet, Teddy actually had a better QB rating. I don't believe in QB rating like that. But he actually had a better QB rating than Tom Brady. So that tells me that he's making smart decisions for the most part. I know people are like, oh, he threw 2 picks. Well, hey, people throw picks. But understand that Teddy is not causing us the game. I feel a way for Panthers fans jumping on the QB when the QB has 600 pounds of unadulterated raw power in his lap when he's trying to throw, or when the edges are in the backfield after the snap, like right after the snap. I feel away when that happens. So I think people do place blame on Teddy, and it is Teddy's fault. Let's not scapegoat him here. But Teddy is not blocking for Teddy. So at some point, you got to understand that there's 10 other guys on the field, and just because he's the quarterback or the premier position guy is not necessarily always his fault, solely his fault. But I'm going to talk about something now that kind of upsets me.
Whoa.
So DJ Moore, right?
Oh, there it is.
Let's talk about him.
There it is.
Let's talk about
Speak on it, man. Speak on it.
Okay. So people will see the box score, right? They'll see the 120 yards, led the team in pass receiving. And they were like, okay, DJ had a good game. I'm not letting him off the hook. DJ, you supposed to be our number one wide receiver. DJ, the best wide receiver in the history of our team. Possibly in the history of the NFC South. Possibly the greatest wide receiver under 6 foot ever to play the game. Said you were his replacement. So having a good game and messing up pivotal targets that the greats make, dude, you ran a rounded in route. You did not even push up the field to threaten the deep. Like if you would have used that 4.43 speed and put your head down and ran like you was gonna hit your head on the pylon, then I guarantee you that DB opens his hips. That is the level we need from DJ. We don't need a pitch pass to 120 yards when easily, if he makes that catch and it's not an interception, then we're still driving. Possibly we can get some points there. Changes the whole momentum of the game. That's what the greats do. So either DJ is a great wide receiver or he's just a two. And I'm one of DJ's biggest critics. I said all along, when we brought Robbie Anderson in, I said Robbie Anderson's our one. For his route running, his hands.
Oh, man.
I've said it this whole time. Out of Maryland, he needs to work on his route running. Steve Smith said he had a PhD in route running. I said, must be one of them fake degrees.
He might know.
It must be.
But
he knows.
Skill
He
set.
might know. The execution? Whoo. Boy.
Something to be seen about that, buddy. Something to be seen about that.
I'm just sick of these etch-a-sketch routes, man. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it, it's not even funny.
Man, they're not crispy at all, bro. They're not crispy at all. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. That's why I was gonna touch on that in terms of the offense. Now Robbie had his, he had his moments, being loose with the football and things of that nature. But I mean, that's just good defense, man. They perfected a peanut punch on that team, perfected it. But man, DJ, for you to be, come on, bro. And when I text that, and I think you guys saw that too. When I said we see who's been working with Teddy in the offseason in terms of chemistry, because him and Robbie on the dime. DJ, I don't know, it's like he's pouty about not getting a rock like he thinks he should. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but DJ should be a lot crisper than he is. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You hit the nail on the head on that one. Defense, Kevin. Brother Kev, defense, man. Please talk about that defensive line. Lord have mercy, please.
Well, this moment of silence is about the same effectiveness as our defensive line.
True.
I mean, for the love of God, the only silver lining that I saw from the defensive line today is that on those double team blocks, they held the point. They wasn't in the back of the linebackers, so I can't understand why linebackers wasn't cleaning clock today. That's the only positive I can see from a run defense aspect, that when Bravion Roy, Brown, Kerr, and whoever, I think that was the three, and Woodrow Hamilton, get to him in just a moment, pulled up from the practice squad, who made impact today.
Amazing. Sure did.
Those guys definitely were able to hold that point down. But now, from a pass rush point of view, I think Brady's jersey was just as clean after the game as it was before the game. I just really couldn't see it. Him and Derek Carr, their jerseys, probably didn't even need to go to the cleaners.
Fold it up, put it in the shelf.
Because I kept saying all offseason, pick your poison. How you gonna do? So either y'all gonna block our defensive ends double and our defensive tackles gonna eat, or vice versa. I'm getting tired of seeing nobody eating. And the one time we did get pressure with the defense line, what happened? Interception.
Yeah.
It's a simple formula.
Yep.
It's a very simple formula. I'm probably one of the most patient guys of the four-man rush. I said, I'm going to get them 4 games to work all this bullshit, all the kinks. If nothing else, we can come over this season. We, as fans, have underestimated the importance of OTAs, minicamp, training camp, and preseason. It is show why they're having it. So many fans just want to bypass. I can't wait for week 1. No, this is why. There's thousands of mental and physical reps that are lacking. That's the reason why we're going through what we're going through right now. Now, I get it that other teams didn't have it, but so far we are facing teams that have a more established doctrine of their philosophies and what they're supposed to do. For the Raiders, it was their 3rd year under the same scheme.
Yeah.
For the Bucks, even though they had all these new pieces, for the majority part, this was Arian's 2nd year. We're first year, first new everything, and it shows. I can make a case for if about 5 plays in the first 2 games, we could be 2-0 right now.
Yep.
But like I say, you can play the what if game all day. But overall, that defensive line, this is the 2nd week where quarterbacks are walking off the field with their jerseys just as clean as the game started, and it's all front defensive tackles, defensive Brian Burns. Now, I did see you making some plays out there today, but you was brought in to get with the quarterback. That Spider-Man, that unbelievable bend you got getting underneath, where that? This is the 2nd time you don't win against B-rated offensive tackles, and you have not dominated the game.
0 sacks.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. You still there?
Oh, it said the Zoom had went out, so I thought we ran out of time on the Zoom.
Well, we're getting there, but we still got a little time left.
Okay, all right. So I don't want to take up too much, but the defensive line, still a lot of work to do, and I'm sure Larry was here. He'll tell you, until these trenches get right, nothing else is going to fall right consistently. We'll have moments here and there, but still a lot of work to be done. I see a few slow pieces being built, but not enough to get us the W that we need.
Yeah. Jadarius, how you feel about the linebacker and the secondary?
I got on DJ's case.
Yeah.
Now I got to get on Shaq.
Woo!
Right.
Feel free, please.
I said I am sick and tired of watching Shaq trying to cover on the boundary. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it because it's obvious this man can't cover.
No.
It's obvious that he can't cover on the boundary. So why keep putting him out there? You got Chin. You even got a former. You got several former corners that are safeties.
Yeah.
So why in the world keep doing something that this man got beat like a drum by a running back that's not even known for his routes?
No.
He made him look like a rookie. Granted, he dropped it, but still, that is 6 points. 9 times out of 10.
4 or 5 yard separation on Shaq on that one?
He wasn't even close, bruh. And I find it hilarious that people are on Twitter. I was arguing on Twitter right after the game, man. Look, people are getting on to hear Whitehead for everything. And I'm like, okay, PI calls. This the third one is 2 weeks. Okay,
yeah, sure.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that Tahir is not 6 yards behind his receiver.
Yeah.
Tahir is right there. And he's not even known for coverage. This is the second time I've done said this on you. He's not even known for coverage, bro. It was like, oh, he's a tackling machine. He was second in the team in tackles this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of nitpicking the new folks, how about you get on the old folks who were supposed to be the guy? That would be nice.
Groomed by TD and 2 Hall of Fame linebackers, basically, almost. One legit, I know for sure.
Facts.
2 of the best linebackers to ever put on a Panthers jersey, and this is what you got.
I'm gonna touch on the DBs real fast because I got.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Dante gets a pick. Good job, Dante, but he got beat earlier, so I mean, hey, he kind of breaks even there. Shout out the corn. What'd you say?
What'd you say, Kev?
That was pass interference, bro. I shared the pictures, man. Evans with that infamous push off, man.
He probably did. He got him.
Yeah.
That's what he do.
That's PI all day, but hey.
I still don't think Tahir's call was a PI either. Because honestly, he didn't change any of his route.
He didn't.
He was already, if he was gonna catch that ball, he was gonna catch it.
Yeah.
But so Dante got beat by PI. You know what? He got a pick. So you know what? I'm glad he's getting his hands on the ball. He's got the juice now. I'm gonna need him to chill on Twitter. But other than that, okay, Dante's back. This is first game, full game plan. Shout out to Rasul Douglas again. Got a tackle for loss, holding it down on the tackles. Shout out my boy Corn Elder. Some good coverage on that one play. I gotta go pull and see how many snaps he played. But good to see him out there doing what we know he can do. Burris got baptized by a stiff arm in the red zone. Congrats to him.
He's 31.
Yeah, that was Burris. My heart sank because I thought the 3 was a 2. I thought it was Chin. I was about to panic.
No, Chin was solid today, bro.
Chin is that dude. He is that dude. Salute to Chin.
Man.
I give the game ball to Chin, honestly. Probably Woodrow too, because he came out of nowhere and I didn't expect that at all. I thought they was finna gash us, but
Man.
Youth movement. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to, man.
Hey, and Tim, one thing I want to say, you talking about no veteran leadership. I'm gonna have to call some people out on that. Kawan Short been here since 2013. Trey Boston drafted 2014. Chat Thompson been here since 2015. That's 5+ years. That's enough veteran experience to have this to have the juice and energy fired up. Yeah. Every last one of y'all was on the 2015 team that took that ride. Y'all know what type of energy that it takes. Now, veteran leadership is not that. Veteran leadership is there. Veteran leadership is not doing what it needs to do.
Yes. So yeah. It's like why? What's the point of having what's the point of having a car if you ain't got no gas in the damn thing? The leadership is there and they're not implementing their leadership. It's just sad, quite honestly. And that I haven't seen the Panthers play like that from an energy standpoint Now, again, coach rules new and all other stuff. I get that. This is a rebuilding year. We came into the season talking about that. We all of us have. But at what point do you, as a competitor, look inside yourself and be like, I'm going to do what I have to do. If anything, I'm going to set the standard myself, and nobody's going to question my effort. I would expect more, especially out of Shaq, man. That's really disappointing me. And come on, man. Everybody's been talking this kid up since he's been there. The next TD, he's going to take after TD. Him and Luke played together last year. They were. Come on, man. What did any of that rub off on you or not, bro? I mean, that worries me. That worries me. But yeah, Chan is definitely the bright spot on this defense right now. And that defensive end that we got, he's flying around all over the place. I forget the guy's name. Weatherly. I like Weatherly. I like his energy. And when he's in the game, he's in the game. I like that. I like that out of him. But the run defense as a whole, I don't know if it's scheme or personnel combination, but we have got to shore that up. Atlanta's putting up points on people, folks. The Saints are putting up points on people. We're already. I mean, I don't see us going to the playoffs, but we're already, one down in the division, 0-2. New coaching staff, new players. That locker room gets a little funny when you start losing like that, folks. It's a little worrisome, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, they're fighting though, man. I gotta give it to them. They're fighting. We had an opportunity. We're just doing bonehead stuff and turning the ball over, but we'll see. We'll see. So, any party shots, gentlemen? I think we'll get a little more comfortable in our post game review and all other good stuff. And of course, the podcast will have a lot more because the guys will have seen the film by then, and we've already talked some more about it, and gone over a little more detail and fine tooth comb, as they like to say. But as of right now, folks, I mean, this is just raw, straight up. This is what we saw, and I suggest you go look at the box score. Look at those stats. Check them out. I don't think, have we had a sack over the past 2 games at all?
Nope.
I rest my case.
We had sacks. The other team putting their sacks on us.
Oh!
Teddy Bridgewater was sacked 5 times today, bro.
5, folks. Like Kevin said, though, that D-line is stout. Don't get me wrong. But Christian McCaffrey left the game with 2 touchdowns early.
And a hurt ankle. Hey, number 28 wasn't doing his thing, though. Props, Jadarius.
Oh, yeah, facts. This man had, 70-something receiving yards?
Yeah.
On that, most of it on that last drive. Yeah, hey. So, real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Why not give this man the ball? He's your camp standout.
Where was he at last week?
Give him the ball. Get him on the field, please.
That dude's a stud too, bro. He is not easy to take down.
There's no reason he got the same rushing yard as Jeremy Chin. 1 carry for 1 yard. Ain't no way, bro.
No, he's not lying, folks. Go look at the stats. He is not lying. He had the same rushing yards as a.
I'm sick. This man run. He get paid $1 million per foot he run. That's wild.
And check this out. Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore had as many tackles as Shaq Thompson and who's the other? Derek Brown.
Bruh.
1 tackle. All of them had 1 tackle today. 1.
Boy. Hold on to your seats, folks. It's going to be a long season. Just remember, look for the improvements. We might go 0-6, but look for the improvements. If that's happening, then that we'll start winning games. Let's look for the improvements. Look for it. Taking a C+ to an A+. That's where we're going. That's what we need. Okay. Thanks.
I suggest looking for your nearest liquor store, but that's just me.
A, B, C. That's the letters you want to see. But anyway, all right, folks. Thanks for dropping by. Checking out the post game. Sorry about the live feed. We will get that fixed. Jadarius has let me know some things, and hopefully I can get this tech thing solved. So because we got to hear each other when we're talking, man. It's kind of hard to have a discussion when you can't hear people. Yeah. Appreciate you, folks. Thanks again for dropping by the inaugural. Well, actually, this is the second one because we just live feed. Thanks for dropping by, watching part 2 of the 4-Man Rush post game. And get ready for it. We're gonna start doing this after every game, hopefully. Appreciate you guys. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Okay.